It's the ultimate summer giveaway for 2024, thanks to Berrien County Veteran Services and sponsored in part by these great guys right behind me here from Lakefront Roofing and Exteriors. It's Jason and Ryan. That's right. And we've been together many years.
What's
Let's
up,
talk about all the great things that you guys do at Lakefront Roofing and Exteriors. Let's talk about a few more today. Why do people call about a new roof?
There's several reasons people will call about a new roof. One is the roof starts looking patchy. They think it's not looking nice, and then we get up and inspect it, find out there's a lot of granule loss. They could call because they're starting to see stains in their ceiling, meaning there's a leak or a likely leak. It could just be that they realize they've had that roof for a long time and they feel it might be necessary to change it before it does fail.
I think that marker is generally speaking, I mean, a lot of roofs wear differently based on how they're ventilated and insulated. But over 15 years, if you call us out, we'll inspect it and give you an opinion on whether or not you need to replace, or maybe even a repair is in line for like replacing pipe boots if those are causing the leaks that Jason's referencing on the ceiling. There's no seal on the shingles. Like we'll just kind of touch the corners of shingles, and if they pull up and there's no seal, that's a big sign that there's replacement needed, because they're prone to wind and failure there. We found that this year we've got a lot of reports of insurance companies starting to cancel insurance or threaten to cancel insurance on people if they don't replace the roofs right away. They're trying to get out in front of I think the hail and wind claims that have been prevalent the last few years, to try to, proactively get people to replace their roofs. But, especially if they're after that 15-year period, they're looking at it from their stance that you should be replacing these roofs anyways, that maybe the acts of God have caused damage to. So trying to get out on their end of the bargain. So.
Sure. And as you mentioned, it's not always a total replacement. Sometimes it could just be repairs.
Oh, yeah. Spot repairs, maybe just, as Ryan mentioned, a pipe boot, chimney flashing, little things.
Yeah, watch the ceiling for drip spots.
That's right.
Yeah.
And call Lakefront. And when they do, what's going to happen?
Typically, they'll call if they get a voicemail, then the voicemail will be forwarded to Jessica. Or if they call directly into the office line, then Jessica will receive that. She'll then call them back, and she will schedule an appointment for either Ryan, Mitch, Blaine, or myself to come out, take a look at everything, try and educate the customer on the roof's condition, how much longer it might last, whether it needs to be done right away. Again, whether it's missing ventilation like Ryan spoke about just a little bit ago, upgrades that might be available, that sort of thing.
Tell me your story. What's your backstory? How long have you been in business?
Ryan and Steve started this business in 2008. They were bored out of their minds and wanted to see if they could fight through the recession.
You remember when the world was coming to an end?
Right.
That's when we started our business.
So Ryan and Steve
started at the bottom. So.
Yeah, they decided, hey, I know, let's get into the construction trades and see what happens. And then in 2010, they brought me in as a partner and a salesperson. All three of us, Steve, who's now retired, all three of us had a background in sales to contractors for several years before we came into it. Steve was actually born into the roofing trades. His dad was a roofer. And then, of course, that brought Ryan and born into it also. And so, yeah, we've been doing this 15, almost 16 years. This fall will be 16 years this company's been going. And
kind of a morbid thought, but my grandfather actually passed away while on a roof.
Wow.
This is pretty.
We're talking about
gnarly.
giving your life to your job.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on, man. Yeah. So it's kind of in my
Sad,
blood
but
for sure that way.
And Steve, actually, while Ryan was a youngster, Steve actually helped start a roofing supply company in the Chicago market area. So named Lakefront Roofing Supply, which is still in business with multiple locations.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of roofing in the Folman bloodlines, and then they just kind of birthed me into it later on in about 2006, and then I came in as part of Lakefront in 2010, and yeah, the rest has been kind of a blast. It's been really fun.
Yeah, remember sweeping floors at Lakefront Supply. Probably going to get in trouble for child labor laws here. Well, I think the statute of limitations is passed. But 10 years old, 11 years old, was helping out Dad while he was doing paperwork or whatever. He sent me out to go sweep the floors.
Go sweep the floor.
Sometimes the floors had already been swept, but I'd sweep them again, man.
I'm guessing you've done a few roofs in 15 years.
Yeah.
A few roofs, and sticking with the family thing real quick here. We are now into our third generation in Lakefront.
Man.
Yeah.
My son has been working for us for a couple years, and Ryan's son Evan just started this week.
My goodness.
So,
You're all gonna make me cry, man.
but yes, we've done a few roofs. We do between 100 and 150 full roof replacements every year. I can't tell you how many repairs and siding jobs. I wouldn't be able to count them up.
And then I would reference, I mean, with the thousands of roofs, we've got great 5-star Google reviews. If you don't want to listen to us, listen to our customers and what they're saying about us.
So that was the next thing I was going to ask is, what do people say about your work?
Yeah. I think the first thing is from start, we're very reliable and responsive with communicating and getting back with people, even if, like Jason says, generally we like to pick up the phone and answer it right away, but Jessica's in that office just scrambling around, busy, doing a lot of things. So we encourage people. It's not just your normal leave a voicemail and 2 days later you'll get a call back. Usually within the hour, you'll get a phone call back with any answers to your questions. So
why should people choose Lakefront Roofing and Exteriors?
I like to believe we have a high level of integrity. One of the things Ryan and I have pushed each other through for every year we've been together is we will not quit. If we do happen to run into a problem on a job, we will not run away from it. We're going to stick with it till the bitter end. If that means we lose money on a job, we lose money on a job. As our commercials always say, we're going to treat your home like it's our home.
Yes.
And I remember one we did several years ago where we said we wanted to treat people like we would our own mothers. And I think that's true. I think we try to work on somebody's home as if we're trying to take care of a family member that we actually like.
And that treating that home like it's our home doesn't end with the last nail on the shingle that day. Even when you give us payment, we're not done. We have that 25-year workmanship warranty that we're here, and we have two repair crews, two-man crews, two-man repair crews that respond to those, and we try to get any workmanship errors or issues, which are very limited, I should say. But we like to put those fires out quick because we know that those could lead to bigger issues and things like that. And even if they did lead to bigger issues, we're accountable to that. And as far as I think some of the biggest proof of why maybe you should call us or think about us for your next project is it takes a lot of effort to be in business for the length of time that we've been in business. We've had to do a lot of hard things with little money the first few years, and doing the right thing is often, it's a hard thing to do when sometimes you don't even think you have the ability to do it. We've done some pretty big things to keep our name clean and in the industry here. So with that proof in our background, I think that makes a good case for us.
Another big reason is we work in the communities we live in and around. And I've told customers over the years, I'm going to be able to walk into Meijer, Walmart, wherever, and see you and not have to hide in the next aisle over until you pass.
Amen.
I can face somebody on the street that we've done work for, and I feel very confident that
not have to
it's going to be an okay meeting.
How far do you travel?
Indiana to Grand Rapids. So we don't cross the state line anymore, but we'll go to the state line and we'll go as far north as Grand Rapids area. From the lake to Kalamazoo, I guess.
You do other things than just roofing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got crews out there. Josh and Jake can run two of their own crews doing siding, window replacement, framing. What else? Door replacement.
We do gutters,
insulation, soffit, fascia. We've actually gone and worked on just people's ventilation alone, just so the roof they have existing can last longer. There's all kinds of little things we can get
A
into.
lot of retroactive stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so if I need a new roof, but I don't have any cash,
Paul, you're asking great questions,
You can
by the
help.
way.
This is an amazing question, Paul.
You're
And
interviewing-
Ryan loves this question to be asked.
all right, Ryan, answer away.
Oh, well, we've got some payment options with no money down. We can go up quite a length of time to get the payments low. And like I say, no money up front or anything with those types of things. 0% for 12 months.
What?
Which is, yes. Great financing options. So
Excellent. You have commercials that say leak-proof roof with a 25-year warranty.
That-
Wow, what is it?
That warranty is outstanding. That warranty is not only backed by Lakefront, but it is completely backed by Certainty, the manufacturer of our roofing products. They've been around for 110 or more years. And if something bad, God forbid, ever happened to our company, that warranty is covered by that manufacturer as well. It's a 50-year non-prorated coverage on the shingles, 25 years on the workmanship itself.
basically saying whatever that homeowner for that house is most likely never going to have to deal with that roof again. And it is transferable.
It is transferable.
Which is
a simple
which is
phone
huge.
call.
So what makes Lakefront a great company to use for roofing and home improvements?
Man, I go back to it all the time. I don't think a company has anything without people and good people, good positive people that are efficient with their work and they do it well. I mean, I can't be more proud of the follow through that our people have, and then the attention to detail, the way they treat our customers, they treat others. They all have great families. I mean, I'm just so blessed to have such good people.
Yeah,
I
they're
you can't
definitely
have
our
anything
company.
without people.
We tell Keith and Austin, Jimmy all the time, you're our best salespeople. The way,
Jake.
all of them.
Yeah,
The way you interact with the customer is going to determine who we are as a company at the end of the day. It has nothing to do with Ryan and I.
Yeah.
Ryan and I are just the guys who happen to be here.
I mean, from start to finish, from Jessica to Mitch to Blaine, handling the process of the sale from start with Jessica, handing it off to Mitch, Blaine, Jason, or I, and then us having the confidence to hand a project or repair over to our people. It just gives you a lot of pride.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Well, I don't think we've mentioned www.lakefront.com
Oh, we were
yet.
going to get to that one.
Oh, okay. Well, then we won't use that right now. Closing thoughts. So Ryan is one of the most generous, heart-filled people that I've ever met. This industry typically brings in a lot of calloused, hard people because it's a tough life. It's, the summers we told our wives when we were first starting out that they were roofers' widows because the hours for 6 months out of the year were just ungodly.
It's like radio.
It is. And so I like to believe that Ryan and I have bonded in a manner that is probably closer than brothers just because we had to. We spend more time on the phone together than I ever do with my own wife, and which is really sad, but true.
And now on video. So.
And then that's fine. Loretta understands. But to close out on my side of it, there's not anybody in the world that I would rather do this with. And there's not anybody in the world that I would rather go and work on somebody's house with or be involved in helping somebody do the things to their house that they need or want done.
I feel the same exact feelings towards you, brother. Life is hard. Business is just as hard. I mean, if you could picture the moving parts that life has with kids, school, making those bills on Friday, we have all those things. And then we also have the moving parts of tracking payments and bills and employees on where to be and customers. And I feel like we do it well together.
I think so.
A lot of partnerships fail, and I don't see us ever getting to that point because our lines of communication are wide open. We trust each other. I can't imagine that's got to be the biggest thing in business. You can't have anything if you don't trust the others involved, and that includes employees.
15 to 16 personalities within our company, and we all seem to make it work.
I don't know how. Now that you're saying that, no, just kidding.
So thanks for
The other point I wanted to make, and I know this station only covers a certain area, we are making a pretty big effort to expand our operation into some parts of the north, like Holland, Zeeland, over to Kalamazoo, and maybe even, like Jason said, into Grand Rapids, all the way to the state line, which I know these stations cover. But if you have friends that are in those areas, I'd encourage you to give us a chance at your business. We're trying to really kind of maybe spread out our operation, because we are ready with the talented individuals and the resources that we have.
So how do they reach you?
888-766-3014 would be our toll-free
To
number.
keep it fun, it's 888-ROOF-014.
Yes. Or www.lakefrontroof.com. The website's set up also for folks that we've already seen. You can actually click a button on there and set your own financing up off our website.
Yep, that is nice.
Jason, Ryan, thank you. Always good to spend some time with you. Learn
You
more
too.
about
Blessings to you, Paul.
Lakefront
Thank
roofing
you.
and experience, and just back at you guys.
It's always good to work with the best radio man in the
Yes,
industry.
sir.
Oh,
The best voice on the
Yeah,
radio.
thanks.
Cheers.
It's the ultimate summer giveaway underway, and we thank Lakefront for their sponsorship, as well as our partners, Berrien County Veterans Services. And thank you for your service as well.
Oh, you're welcome.
So that'll do it for this chat. And don't forget to go get registered for the ultimate summer giveaway.